Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Windows guide. In today's video, we're going to be covering the built-in control center right inside of Windows, Task Manager. Task Manager allows you to see what's running, what's using up your resources, and how to take action. By the end of this video, you'll know how to open it, how to use its key tabs, and how to get your PC back in control. Let's jump in. First, we'll start with how to actually open Task Manager. The first option is using Control, Shift, and Escape on your keyboard. This will open up Task Manager immediately. Option 2 is right-click any empty space on your taskbar and select Task Manager. Option 3, we can use Control, Alt, and Delete, and then choose Task Manager. And Option 4, where we can right-click on the Start button and select Task Manager. All right, now that we have Task Manager open, we're going to be covering each tab. We're going to start with the Processes tab. By default, the processes are laid out alphabetically. We can make this grouped by going over here to the ellipses, clicking on View, and then selecting Group by Type. This will separate everything by apps, which are the programs you're actively using. Under that, you'll have the background processes, which include things like update checkers, sync tools, or app helpers. And at the bottom, you'll have Windows processes, which are essential parts of the operating system. Now, if you've ever run into a program that freezes, you can find it under the Apps category. You can then right-click on it and select End Task. This forces Windows to close that program and its related sub-processes. It's the safest way to stop any misbehaving apps. On the Processes tab, you'll also see the option for Run New Task here at the top. This works just like the Run dialog if using Windows plus R. You can use it to launch programs or commands, which is super helpful if your Start menu or File Explorer isn't responding. Now in Windows 11, some apps will show an option called Efficiency Mode. Turning this on tells Windows to deprioritize that app, reducing its CPU usage and improving responsiveness or battery life. It's great for apps if you want running in the background, but don't want them hogging all the resources. Now with Task Manager, we can actually use this to help figure out why something may be slowing down in your system. You can sort by CPU to see what's using your processor. You can sort by memory to spot apps that are consuming too much RAM. And you can also sort by your disk to see your total utilization across all physical drives or SSDs to see what may be using some of your storage actively. And a quick tip for the Processes tab is as every process updates its utilization, it'll be jumping around. Well, if one of the programs that you need to close because it's causing you issues is jumping around and you're not able to select it very easily, you actually can just hold the Control key on your keyboard, which will hold everything in place. Once then, you'll then be able to select the program you need, right-click, and End Task. Now the next tab we're going to cover is the Performance tab. Here you can get a real-time graph of your CPU, memory, disks, GPU, and even your network. If your CPU usage is constantly near 100% or your memory is maxed out, you found where your bottleneck is. Windows 11 also shows helpful details like whether you're using an SSD or a hard disk drive, and your memory speeds and mega transfers. And if you ever wanted to know how long your computer's been actually running for since the last time it was properly restarted, under the CPU tab and the Performance tab, you'll actually can find this uptime down here. This will tell you how long this computer's been up since its last restart. This number will not reset if you just shut down your computer. This will only reset if you actually perform a restart. The next important tab we're going to cover is the Startup apps. These are the apps that launch automatically when your computer starts. I recommend sorting by startup impact, and if you see something listed as high impact that you don't need right away, select it and click Disable. This alone can actually make your PC boot time noticeably faster depending on how many programs you have starting at once. Now there's a few other tabs we can go over. App History. This shows CPU and network usage over time. The Users tab shows which logged in user is consuming system resources. If you have multiple people logging into the same system, you can go here to see which profile specifically is causing a lot of damage. Then we have the Details tab, which is a more advanced list of every process running on the system. This would be for your power users or your IT administrator. And lastly, the Services tab. This will show you all background services that are running on the computer. Windows utilizes these services to run different things that you may need, such as even your printer. And from the Services tab, you can actually open up the full Services Management tool. Now that we've went over how to open Task Manager and gone over all the different tabs inside and what they do, I now just want to go over a few pro tips that'll make you even more comfortable with your Windows 11 system. On Windows 11, you actually can enable that End Task directly from the taskbar. We do this by going to Settings, System, scroll down till we get to Advanced, And right at the top is End Task. This will enable End Task in the taskbar by right-clicking. If we turn that on and we go down to the taskbar, now if we right-click on any program, we'll have the option for End Task right there, skipping the need to go fully into Task Manager. If your PC feels slow, remember to open Task Manager and sort by either CPU, memory, or disk to find what is causing the issue. If you're experiencing slow boot times, make sure to go straight to the Startup tab and disable what you don't need. Only end tasks when you know what they are. Ending the wrong process can cause Windows to crash. And remember to make Task Manager your friend. It's not just a panic button. Once you understand how to read these tabs, you can troubleshoot almost any slowdown.
And that's it. You now know how to open Task Manager, utilize its key tabs, and how to bring your PC back into your control. Next time your computer lags or boots slowly, don't forget to check out Task Manager. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know down in the comments what other kind of Windows guides you'd like to see. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, keep growing.